Okay, 280 divided by 7, and of course, if you divide 280 divided by 7, 7 into 2 will be 0, so you move the 2 to 8, and 7 divided by 28 is 4, and then of course 7 divided by 0 is 0. So the answer here will be 40. And the second question will be 1062 subtract 438. And of course, if you try to do the 2 minus 8, that's not possible. So you go to the next number and borrow 1. So you have 5 left, and the 1 here is 12. So if you do 12 take away 8, that's 4. And 5 take away 3 is 2. Next, 0 take away 4. Well, that will not be possible. So you borrow 1 from here. So you have left. Then you have 1. And 10 minus 4, that will be 6. So our answer here will be 624. In our third question here, we need to complete the statement. 2 meters is the same as how many centimeters? Well, I do know that 100 centimeter make 1 meter. That is the standard conversion. So definitely 2 meter definitely will be 200 centimeter. So 200 centimeter will be the right answer. Okay. All right, so we go to the next question. 2b. So we need to complete the statement. 8 kilogram. I know that 1 kilogram is the same as 1000 gram. So 8 kilogram definitely has to be 8000 gram. So the answer, 8 kilogram, will give you 8000 grams. And I think that is going to be the right answer. Okay. And then we come to the next question. We need to convert 24 kilometers to miles. But we do know something quite interesting here, that 8 kilometers is the same thing as 5 kilometers. So if I use that, okay, as the same thing as 5 miles, so how many miles do I have to get into the 4? So if I look at this, so you kind of notice that to move from 8 to 24, you have to multiply by 3. So that means in the final answer, I'll have to multiply 5 miles times that. And of course, when I do that, I will have 15 miles. So 24 kilometers is the same as 15 miles. Well, in this question here, we have a CM grid. So the question here is, what percentage of this grid is shaded? Well, what I can do is, how many parts are here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we know we have 4 times 4, so the total shape here is 16. Okay, and out of the 16, how many is shaded? Well, we know definitely is 8. Okay, and 4 and 4. Now, if you look at this carefully, you know that this is a half. Okay, because 8 divides 16 exactly twice. So again, so to change this to percentage, okay, now what you possibly may do, you multiply this by maybe 50-50. Okay, 50-50, and of course you get 50 over 100. So the percentage here will be 50%. Okay, because this is the same thing as 50%. Okay, now look at this question. We've got a list of numbers, okay, and use one of the numbers for the list to complete each statement. The closest number to the value of 7, okay, 0.01 away, and this is 0.18 away, and this is 0.27 away, and this is 0.8 down away from it. Okay, so which one is closest to 7? Well, that number should be this number, 6.9. Okay, I think 6.92. Okay, so I think I'm going to clear this out. Okay, 6.92. Okay, this should be the number closest to 7. Okay, and the number 7.2, the number that rounds 7.2 to 1 is what? Well, that number could be any number like 7.18. Now, this is not the only answer if you kind of consider it. It could be any number like 7.15, 7.16, 7.17, 7.18, even 7.19. Okay. All right. So we're looking at this question number 4. Here we have a list of 6 numbers. Use 2 numbers from the list to complete each statement. 2 numbers that add to make -1 will be -5 and 4. Okay, if you add these 2 numbers, you make -1, and 2 numbers that multiply to make 20, that number will be -10 and -2. Remember, if you multiply the minus and the minus, you get a positive, and if you multiply 2 and 10, you get 20. So these 2 numbers are the right results. Now, if you look at this question here, we got this that here are 4 lines on the square grid. Which 2 lines are parallel? Well, 2 lines are parallel when they are they have equal distance across them. Well, I think the correct one should be Q and X. Okay, so we know Q and X. Those are the only 2 lines that are parallel. If you look at question number 6, write down the value of 3 squared. Now 3 squared simply means 3 times 3, and of course the number will be 9. Next, write the square root of 144. Well, again, the number has to be 12. And the number, if you look at the next question here, what are the value of 2 to the power of 4? Now this is very easy. That number should be anything 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Now this is the same thing as 2 to the power of 4. Now if you multiply this is 4, and this is also 4. And if you multiply 4 and 4, so the answer here is 16. So we'll go to the next question, which should be anything number 7. Alright, we have at a restaurant, vegan pizzas have 2 different toppings, and the toppings are sweet corn, mushroom, and pepper. So complete the table to list all the possible pairs of toppings. Alright, in this question, the first has been done for us, which is the sweet corn and the mushroom. So the next one will be sweet corn and the pepper, or he could take anything like the mushroom and the pepper. So here we got Aina and Sue played football or netball, and the number of goals they scored in the 8 games is shown on our screen. So we need to complete the table. Alright, for range, for Alina, the range is the biggest number, subtract the smallest number. So to get a range, I know that the biggest number, this is for Alina, the biggest number here, I think it's definitely going to be 26. And you subtract the smallest number. Again, I don't think the number here will be 12. And if you subtract this, you will get 14. I think so. So that the range for Alina is 14. And for Sue, again, to work out the median, okay, the median will be have to be the addition of these 2 numbers. Okay, all right, so if you have to find the median, you add 20 plus 22 and have your result. And of course, look at it, if you add it, you get something like 42 divided by 2, and that will be 21. Okay, so the median for Sue will be 21. Work out 35% of 1200. Well, what you could possibly do, you do 10% first, and 10% of 1200 will be 120. And of course, you do half, it should be 5%, and also half this, you get 60. And now you do 30% by multiply 10 by 3 and also multiply by 3 here. Of course, that's going to be 360. And now what you possibly want to do will be you'll be adding the 30 and the 5 that adds 35%, and also you add 360 plus 60, and that's going to give you 35% on the left side, and then here will be 420. So that's going to be 420. The next question here, a window cleaner uses this formula. Okay, C equals 2W plus 5. Okay, how much does it cost for 6 windows to be cleaned? Now W refers to the number of windows, so that will be C equals to W, and W for here is 6 plus 5, so the cost will be 12 add 5, so the cost will be 17 pound. So the cost of 6 windows to be cleaned is 17 pound. Number 13, 2 friends share 240 pound in the ratio 1:3. Work out the larger share. Okay. All right, 2 friends. So we got, say this is the first friend and this is the second friend. Okay, and they share 240 pound in the ratio 1:3. All right, so basically what I think I need to do, you add up the ratio, and 1 plus 3 you get 4. That's 4 equal parts. Now that will mean that 240 or 240 pound divided by 4 definitely is 600 pound. So this will get 1 lot of 60 pound, and this will get 3 lots of 60 pound. So this is going to be 60 pound, and this will be 180 pound. So which share, or who got the largest share? Well, the largest share will be this one here, which is 180 pound. Okay, so we got this triangle and we need to work out the area. Okay, the area of the triangle is given by the base times the height, of course, divided by 2. The base is 20 and the height is 6.3. And of course, if you divide by 2, 2 into 20 is 10. Okay, so I can show it to you. 2 into here is 10, and 10 times 6.3, that will give you 63, and of course centimeters squared. So we know that the area for this triangle is 63 centimeters squared. Okay, number 24, and then you need to solve this. Well, I think first of all you have this. So first thing first that you need to do, you might want to subtract 4x on both sides. Of course, you would have 3x here minus 22, and here definitely will be plus 29 because 4s minus 4s is gone. And of course, you add 22 on both sides. That will be 29 plus 22. I think now you'll get this number here, 51. And if you divide by 3, so x definitely will be 51 divided by 3, and the answer definitely will be 17. So x is 17. Kind of really straightforward. All right, in the house, the floor area of the living room is 26 meters squared, and the floor area of the kitchen is 16.4 meters squared also. Express the area of the living room, which definitely is 26, okay, meters squared, as a fraction of the area of the kitchen, which is 16.4 meters squared. Okay, Alright, so give your answer in the simplest form. Okay. Alright, so what you could do, you could multiply the top, okay, here and here by 10, and here also by 10. Now the reason why you're doing this is because you want to make sure that the bottom of the fraction is a whole number. Okay, so that will be 260 divided by 164. So now I think now you need to cancel your fraction down. Okay, now of course you do know that the meter square cancels out the meter square, right? So we just keep dividing until we get our answer. Okay, so I will divide by 2, that's going to be 130, and divide by 2, that's going to be 82. Again, I'll divide by 2, I think that will be 65. Yeah. And again, divide by 2, that will be 41. Yeah. Now from here, I don't think anything can cancel out again. No. So in the simplest form, this number will be 65 over 41. Now in this question, we need to represent this on the number line. Okay, so we go straight to minus 2 here, the circle here, and we've got a 4 here, and of course you join the two lines like this. Now this graph represents a graph quite easily. Okay, and then of course the next question here, we need to solve this inequality. Well, first of all, I will write out the question again, which is plus 14, which is greater or equals to 11. So I will have to subtract 14 on both sides. Okay, like this, and of course if I continue, I will have 5y greater or equals to 11 minus 14, which definitely will be minus 3. And so divide by 5, so y would be definitely this, minus 3 over 5. So that's definitely going to be y is greater or equals to minus 3 over 5.